Why can't you go for your dream? It's right there. Everything you want is in front of you. So why not take it? Oh, you hear that noise. That's why. The doubt, the fear, the laughter, the expectations others placed on you. So who do you choose? Your dream or the limits of other people put on you? After reading Jaya and Skypiea, what stands out so much how Oda personifies the clash between dreams and cynicism, but it goes even deeper than that. It's not whether you believe, it's how far you're willing to search, how crazy you're willing to look, and how long you're willing to keep going, even when the whole world laughs at you. This arc reminds me of a Bible verse, 2 Corinthians 4, verse 18. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on the unseen, since what is seen is temporary, and what is seen is eternal. The willingness to fix your eyes on the unseen is exactly what Jaya and Skypiea embody. Bellamy is trapped by what he can see. If something sounds impossible, he laughs at it. If something can be proven in front of him, he dismisses it. But Luffy, Cricket, and Noland lived by something deeper. They moved toward what can't be seen fully yet. A dream, a truth, a possibility. Because some things are real long before the world is ready to believe in them. After leaving Alabasta, the Straw Hats ran into a problem. The log poles is pointing up. An island in the sky? Who knows? To get answers, they head to Jaya. While they're in Jaya, they end up in Mocktown, a pirate town full of chaos. Earlier, Nami looks around the place and tells Luffy and Zoro not to start a fight no matter what. No hands thrown. Then they head to a bar where they meet Blackbeard for the first time. As he's walking out, the Bellamy pirates walk in. Bellamy the hyena, the big-time rookie. He is a ruthless, arrogant man who believes in Doflamingo's ideology of the New Age, where strength is all that matters, and the Age of Dreams is coming to an end. Bellamy and his crew come from the North Blue, a wealthy town in fact. He got tired of their life and inspired to be like Doflamingo. We first see Bellamy playing a card game with Roshio the Executioner. When Roshio wins, Bellamy instantly says he cheated, stabs him in the hand, shoots him, smashes Akko on his head. Then Sarquis, Bellamy's first mate, throws a match on him, setting him on fire. After that, Bellamy kicks him out the window. This nigga was out for blood, real shit. Right away, Oda shows what kind of man Bellamy is, ruthless, unstable, and completely drunk on power. We see Bellamy again when he confronts Luffy in the bar. He wanted to test him because he saw Luffy's bounty. Bellamy and his crew put a lot of value on bounties, almost like they think a bounty automatically equals strength. Bellamy smashes Luffy's head into the bar after offering him a drink to test him. Luffy gets up ready to fight, but in the middle of all that, Nami asks the bartender about Sky Island. The whole bar pauses, then starts laughing. Nami feels embarrassed, and Bellamy starts explaining his truth about why Sky Island could never exist. This is where Bellamy fully reveals what he stands for. He says the Age of Dreams is over, the City of Gold, the Emerald City, the One Piece. To him, is all just a fantasy. In Bellamy's eyes, fools blinded by dreams can't even see the riches lying right at their feet. He's a perfect example of someone who's trapped by what he can see. If something can be proven in front of him, he dismisses it. If it's beyond his sight, he laughs at it. This is why this moment matters so much. Bellamy isn't really attacking Luffy, he's attacking his dream. His ideology, that the very part of him that still believes in something beyond what's right in front of him. At that moment, Luffy decides not to fight anymore, because there's no point in fighting for something he already knows in his heart. If Luffy were to fight Bellamy there, it would almost be giving Bellamy what he wants. You can't fight people who can't see beyond their own sight. So Luffy and Zoro both take the punches, which is also a strong reminder of what Shanks once did. Nami carries him out, and right after that, we meet Blackbeard again. Oda even reinforces this through Blackbeard, who stands in direct contrast to Bellamy by affirming that dreams never die. Meet Cricket, a man who was looked down on his whole life because of his ancestor Noland, a man who claimed to find the city of gold, but when he returned with the king to prove it, the gold was gone. He was executed, going down his history as Noland the liar. Cricket refused to believe his ancestor was a liar. He devotes his life to finding the city of gold and proving that Noland told the truth. He gives up being a pirate, his crew leaves him, yet he still continues his mission. Every day he searches the sea, deep diving over and over again. But through all that searching, he does find something, clues, pieces of gold, signs that Noland was never lying. When the Strides meet Cricket and asks about Sky Island, he tells them about the knock-up stream on the way up. When Cricket sees what kind of people the Strides are, he's glad, because to him, there are fools like him, dreamers. He tells them they'll need a certain bird in order to ride the knock-up stream. And while the Straws are getting what they need, Bellamy shows up at Cricket's house to steal his gold. Bellamy is a scavenger. He doesn't build, search, or believe in anything in himself. He just preys on what other people have suffered for. Bellamy and his crew beat Cricket down and steal his gold. And Bellamy tells him if he wants to be a part of the New Age, he better learn that dreams never come true. But Cricket never folds. If Bellamy represents cynicism, then Cricket represents conviction, the refusal to let ridicule, humiliation, or suffering kill belief. Cricket has every reason to give up. His ancestor died a liar in the eyes of the world. His own name was dragged through the mud. He lost his crew, his status, years of chasing something no one believed in, but yet he kept searching. When Luffy and the Strides come back and see the damage, Luffy instantly decides to get back for what was taken. And this is where Bellamy's fight changes meaning. Before, Bellamy was just mocking Luffy's dream, and now he crossed the line. He put his hand on someone Luffy respects, like Shanks taught him. Luffy can let disrespect toward him go, but he won't let somebody hurt his friends. And that's where it sets up for the final showdown, Bellamy versus Luffy. After robbing Cricket, Bellamy pirates are back in the bar laughing, drinking, and enjoying themselves. Then one of Bellamy's crew members steps to use the restroom, comes across the new bounty posters. The moment he sees Luffy and Zoro's updated bounties, he freaks out. He realizes their bounties are way higher than Bellamy's. He rushes back to tell everyone in the bar. Suddenly, everyone in the whole bar gets nervous. To them, 100 million berry bounties means someone has to be dangerous or have done something really bad. Luffy doesn't even try to defend or explain that image, but Bellamy reassures them by saying some pirates fake their bounties to just build a bigger reputation. Then Luffy pulls up and tells Bellamy to come outside. Bellamy eagerly goes outside, thinking this will just be another chance to embarrass Luffy. But the fight starts and almost ends instantly. Bellamy taunts Luffy. Luffy gets serious. He asks Bellamy if he knew how to throw a punch. Then he one-shotted him, leaving a mark of his fist on Bellamy's face. Everybody was stunned. Reality finally dawned on them. Luffy was the real deal the whole time. But they were too blinded by their own arrogance to see it. That's what makes this moment so powerful. Luffy destroys Bellamy's worldview. Bellamy worships what he can see: status, bounty, money, visible power. And yet, the very man he laughed at drops him with one punch. Bellamy spent the whole arc mocking dreams because he thought anything beyond his sight was foolish. But in the end, he couldn't even see the truth standing right in front of him. Luffy gets Cricket's gold back. And when Sarquise asks him, "Where are you going?" Luffy points to the sky. He simply says the sky. And that's what really completes the scene. He doesn't stand there arguing. He doesn't explain himself. He just keeps moving forward to the very thing Bellamy said could never exist. That's conviction. You know the saying, dreams always come true. In One Piece, they really do when you believe. The Strides find Sky Island. They find the City of Gold. In doing that, they prove Noland right. They prove Cricket right too. All those years Cricket spent finally paid off. Noland never lied. All that pain, all that ridicule, all that suffering led to the one truth revealed in front of him. And Bellamy, the same man who laughed at it all, ends up seeing Luffy's silhouette in the sky with his own eyes. He's completely shocked. Later on, even Bellamy goes to Sky Island himself. That moment changes him. The man who mocked dreams is forced to face the fact that they were real the whole time. Bellamy laughed at the dream. Cricket suffered for it. Noland died for it. And that might be the real message of Jaya and Skypiea. Dreams do not become false just because the world mocks them. Sometimes they remain unseen until the right people are brave enough to reach them. The dream was real the whole time.